welcome back to another video. And if you're watching this video, consider yourself lucky that you are going to get insight on what is technically is going to be a multi-year bull cycle. Now, in front of your screen, you can see the chart of gold, right? And you can also see the reasons that I've written. You can also see some markings. You can also see some red boxes. But let me explain you what all of this means and how you can actually make benefit out of gold. A lot of people might be thinking that they have missed the Bitcoin rush, they have missed the Bitcoin upside, and a lot of people might be thinking that shit, we can't buy Bitcoin anymore since it has gone really really high. But the sad part is, even after watching this video, not many will realize that Bitcoin is still a very very good buy at $100,000. Now, if I told you that you could buy Bitcoin again at $50,000 and hold it till $100,000, would you do it? Absolutely yes, because you're going to know that it's going to get doubled. What if I told you that Bitcoin can go to $200,000? Technically, you should buy that too, because you're getting it at $100,000. So you know that it can get doubled again, right? But the thing over here is, more than getting doubled, it's the feeling of knowing that this particular asset that I'm choosing is going to be safe. Because what happens is, when you have small pennies, when you have less marbles to play with, you put your money anyway and you over risk it. But when you have small marbles, but those mean a lot to you, or when you have less marbles with high value, you want to put them in the right direction. That is why it is very very important to understand an asset like gold or an asset like metals. Why metals are going to be wealth creator for you in the future. You can see the list of reasons on the screen. Number one is lack of faith, right? Now you might ask, lack of faith on whom? We all know whom. This is lack of faith on the government, right? The government is not doing what it is supposed to do. The government is not supporting the people in the right manner. A lot of things have come out since the last decade which shows us that government is actually something that is built by beliefs. It is something that has been followed by closing our eyes, but it is not a logical reasoning of how our future can be shaped. In simple terms, what I mean to say is, people do not believe the government anymore. Now, you agree with me, right? Because you know that currency is built, beliefs are built, political agendas are built, wars are built. They are not something that they are not born. They are not coming from the earth, or they are not something that has a deep deep historical value or a deep deep historical reasoning to make them logical. They all are man made. So we know that whatever government is doing right now, may that be the war, may that be the currency, may that be the US dollar, may that be the Fed, you know that it is somehow only and only to it is only and only to uh, you know destroy the poor. Am I right or wrong? Now, lack of faith leads to rise in precious metals. What are precious metals? Things that are coming out of earth, things that are coming out of the earth naturally, right? These cannot be created by any man. You can't tell a man to create gold. You can only tell him to mold gold. You can only tell a man how to make you know uh, a thing from gold, but you can't tell the man to create gold itself, because he has no power to do so, because that is something that is natural. You can't tell a man to create a tree. You can plant it, but you can't plant gold as well. Just like you can't plant oil. You can't. These all things are natural. They are all non-renewable. Now, lack of faith is the number one reason why gold has risen from wherever it has risen from the 2015s, and right now we can see it at $2,600. The second thing is geopolitics. If you think that geopolitics has or will get over very very soon, then you're wrong, my friend. This will only get higher. You do not know the number one. You do not know the number of wars that are happening on this planet. You do not know the number of civil unrests that can create, and all with very good logic and reasoning. One day you were there sitting with Russia, Ukraine, wondering when this war will get over, and now it has become normal. And suddenly you see Syria, you see the fall of Syria. What is the guarantee that this cannot happen with Taiwan or this cannot happen with the Central of Africa? You can go on Google, you can read about it, you can search your reasons, and you will find that there are a lot of civil unrests happening in the Middle East as well, in the Central Africa as well. So, what is the guarantee that they will not come out? They can come out too. Because at the end of the day, whatever phenomenon you see, it all starts with a spark. Russia and Ukraine was a spark for the geopolitical tensions to carry ahead. And right now, war becoming normal is a huge reason why assets like precious metal are very, very important. Coming back to point number 3, rise of Bitcoin. The number one reason why I'm talking about gold is because of this third point, that is rise of Bitcoin. Lack of faith, geopolitics has led to rise of Bitcoin, especially lack of faith. People do not believe in currency anymore. People do not believe in the banks. People do not believe in the traditional currency or the traditional money system, and hence they are moving towards something that is very, very independent, something that is bound by no government, especially the US government, and something that is absolutely fair. Everybody was given an opportunity to buy Bitcoin. Everybody was given an opportunity to buy Bitcoin. Everybody was told how valuable a Bitcoin can be. No man was told that Bitcoin doesn't grow on trees. No man was told you can't make Bitcoin. No man was told to make a Bitcoin or to buy a Bitcoin, you have to be a successful person. You see how the beliefs are differing? So, Bitcoin rose from the ashes with an opportunity for everyone to buy and hold it. The few who did, who made money. Rise of Bitcoin is another one very good reason why we can see metals, precious metals. And when I say precious metals, what I mean is gold and silver. Yeah, 100% there is nickel, 100% there is platinum, but I don't know about them. This video is not about them. I have to do an intensive research in order to understand how those metals can perform. Fall of banks. You can see how the banks have fallen in 2022 as soon as the interest rates were hiked. The penny banks, the big banks, collapsed within seconds, within months, and you feel your money is safe. What is the guarantee that this cannot happen again in your country, in your city, in your state, in your region? Can you control inflation? No. Can you control supply and demand chain? No. Can you control trade deficits? No. So, how can you control fall of a bank? What can you control? You can definitely control buying assets. And that is why you should buy gold. Now, why gold? I can also tell you to buy Bitcoin because gold is cheap. $2,600 is cheap. Gold is yet to rise. Number 4 is recession. Well, we all have been talking about recession for about 2 years now. And finally, the signs are here. Finally, we see how dangerous Fed has made it for the economy to sustain at this particular stage. Trust me one thing, the Fed is lying. Whenever Powell comes out and says that everything is fine in this world, that's a lie. That's a white label lie. Everything is not right. You know that. And interest rate rising and holding them at this particular level for so long has already impacted a lot. And recession is on the brinks. You can see it in the upcoming months. I may be wrong about a month, I may be wrong about a week, but it is here. You know it in the veins. It is here. It is not far away, and that day will not be far when the Fortune 500 company CEOs will start telling you that we cannot hire people anymore. We don't want to increase wages. It's all going to happen. And who will protect you then? Not the markets. I'm not calling a stock market crash. That is not going to happen right now. Or it might happen. I'm not going to call a downfall of any asset because I don't know how to do that. I don't know if that is really possible or not. With so many people around the world who are rich, I don't know if a downfall of stock market is very easy. But what is possible is an uptrend. You see these red boxes? What do you feel is happening in these red boxes over a 3 period time? From 2015 to 2018, gold was in a range of $1,040 to $1,350, which is almost a $300 range. And gold stayed here for 3 years before giving an up move. And then gold again stayed in a range of $2,020 to $1,650. Funny, again a $300 range, $350 range. How many years? 3 years. This is what you call as base over base accumulation. There was a base that formed for 3 years. Accumulation happened. It went higher. There is a base again. Accumulation happened, and finally we have seen a breakout. Now, to all the traders, including me, we know gold is at a pause right now. It's a little bearish. But what we tend to ignore is what is coming ahead. What is coming ahead in gold is something we cannot ignore fully. Now, a lot of you might know this as well, that they have to buy gold, but how many are you going to act? How many of you are going to actually believe in this narrative? Because I don't see a lot of people believing in the Bitcoin narrative. Otherwise, you all would have made money. This video is to tell you that gold is going to get higher, or maybe doubling as well in the upcoming half a decade. We are halfway there. We are in 2025. 2030 is not far. So before it gets doubled, you have to take the advantage. And when I say you have to take the advantage, what I mean is buying physical gold. Buying physical gold is the number one reason how you can create wealth in the upcoming half a century. Number two is you have to understand that you need to trade gold because it is volatile, because it is very volatile. And if you stay long on gold on your personal account, it's not possible on prop accounts, I'm sure. But if you can stay long on gold on your personal accounts, that will mean a lot of wealth creation for you, a lot of capital creation for you. Gold is the only asset in this entire world which right now can double without a lot of volatility. Bitcoin doubled with a lot of volatility. I don't know how many of you could have hold. It's not that easy until you're a firm believer. But gold is not going to be that volatile. Do you think gold dropping from 2600 to 1800 again? No. Gold can come back to 2400. True, but not 1800. But what is the upside? The upside is huge. The risk reward fits absolutely wonderfully over here. So, my dear viewer, this is a message for you to understand that this is the time to long gold. All the small red boxes you see over here, these are all the January quarter. I haven't marked this out of the blue. These are all the January, February, March months where gold has accumulated itself, and once the accumulation has done, it has started to move higher. Again, take a look how gold has accumulated in the first quarter of every year, and then it has started to move higher. And gold is again taking a pause right now, which essentially is setting it up for a huge rally again. Gold rallied almost 35% this entire year ever since the breakout happened. And do you think that another 50% cannot come from here? Do you think we'll not hit 4,000? We will. We sure will. But let's speak factually. Before hitting 4,000, we will hit 3,000. You can take advantage of that. You can create enormous wealth even if gold hits 3,000 on your trading accounts. So if you have understood this video well, if you have understood the reasons well, this is the right time for you to understand that gold is a buying opportunity. You might see how gold has fallen on Saturday. You might see how gold is reacting on a price action or ICT conceptual basis. But on personal accounts, my dear friends, this is where you create wealth. You keep buying gold at every $100, $200 step. You make sure that you're managing your risk well and you're leveraging yourself very, very well. You can't go in with low leverage. You can go in with high leverage. But this will create a lot of capital for you. There's a capital creating opportunity for you. So I hope you all have understood. I hope your reasoning has become even strong after watching this video of how gold can perform from here. And if yes, you can leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you in another one. Bye.